Yep, sometimes movies just get limited release dates, and when I finally get to see them, well, I can tell you what I think of them. The Big Short. The Big Short was directed by Adam McKay. The film stars Ryan Gosling, Steve Carell, Brad Pitt, and Christian Bale. The movie is based on the true events of the downfall of the housing market in 2008, which led to the financial crisis, and focuses exclusively on a couple of analysts that did see it coming and tried to profit from that situation. Now I can tell you, going into this movie, I didn't know what to think. First of all, I studied business. Yes, this guy. I studied business and finance, and I never really cared about banking or finance. So I was like, this movie might be dull and boring. Second of all, Adam McKay is the director. That guy gave us films like Step Brothers or Anchorman. I mean, granted, these movies are funny, but the question on my mind was like, is he able to pull off a serious film like that? And I can tell you guys, if I had seen this movie last year, it would have made my top 10 favorite movie list. This movie was fantastic. First of all, the direction. Amazing. I mean, the fact that Adam McKay approached such a complex topic and made it universally understandable for everyone. I mean, you gotta give the guy credit for that right there. Seriously, if I had seen this movie during college, my grades would have been way better. And I urge every single one of my former classmates to check this movie out because it's fucking brilliant. And especially with all the knowledge that we got from college, it adds a lot. And now let's talk about the acting. Seriously, the cast in this movie is phenomenal. First and foremost, Christian Bale. He's the man. He plays a socially awkward analyst that is just brilliant. And he figured out that the housing market went down the drain by looking at the numbers. He's amazing in the movie. His character has a glass eye, and the way he plays that dude, it's out of this world. Again, Oscar-worthy performance. I love Christian Bale. He continues to be one of the best actors in the business. Steve Carell in the film, also another huge surprise. I mean, last time Steve Carell and Adam McKay worked together was probably Anchorman. Yes, this guy pulls off an Oscar-worthy performance in this movie. He is already suspicious of the entire system. He's an angry guy, and when he learns about the flawed system and all the fraud that's going on, he gets even more angry and depressed, and he pulls it off like a master in this movie. Now, Brad Pitt was marketed as one of the main characters, and that's just not the case. He doesn't have as much screen time as all the other characters, but every time he's on screen, it's a blast. Because that guy is super phobic, super suspicious of everything, and he's almost a recluse. Really interesting stuff right there, but overall he's a protege to two other characters who I will not mention now because that might go into spoiler territory and I don't want to give anything away. And Ryan Gosling is in the movie, and well, I was actually surprised that Ryan Gosling didn't blow me away in this film. I'm a Ryan Gosling fan, but in this movie he pretty much plays Ryan Gosling. I mean, seriously, he's the cool guy, he has all the cool lines, he's a ladies' man, and he's like passive-aggressive. We've seen Ryan Gosling in that kind of role over and over again. I'm like, yeah, well, he's the only one that doesn't stand out. Now, as I said before, the entire topic of the financial crisis is extremely complex, and Adam McKay made use of a very fantastically creative way to explain it to the audience. Seriously, now and then a bunch of celebrities would explain financial concepts in amazing cameos where you're like, yeah, that makes sense. And the overall point of the movie is important. While I enjoyed Wolf of Wall Street, I mean, it pretty much glorified Jordan Belfort, who pretty much was an asshole. This movie, not so much. It stresses the tragedy of it all. It stresses how many people got fucked over by greedy bankers, and I think that's really important. So to sum it all up, we have a terrific cast giving great performances, especially when it comes to Christian Bale and Steve Carell. A very well adapted screenplay that I hope will win the Academy Award this year because honest to God, it is what it is. It teaches the audience a lot about banking in general while not boring them at the same time, which is a tough thing to do. And it hit all the right notes. It was funny when it needed to be, but it was serious when it needed to be, and it was emotional when it needed to be. So what else is there to do other than to give it an official rating? Because The Big Short gets the gold medal. Honest to God, people, if you have not seen this movie yet, do so. You will not regret it. It was phenomenal. Thank you guys, as always, for watching. And if you like what you see here and you want to see more, then just subscribe.